peoples?
Hi, it's the Lara.
YouTube!
The Lara.
What's up, this Vic?
Alright, so we are on the second book of Nephi, chapter 3. We get to hear more craziness. Yay! I need one of those cheering tracks on here, just for whenever they say something ridiculous. It's just like, yay!
Yep,
That would be funny.
I
would use it rarely.
It makes me
very
think of
rarely.
FNAF.
Actually, it makes me think of Shoe on Head because she uses it as her intro, part of her intro.
No.
Because it'll say Shoe on Head and it'll like, yay!
We'll see.
But yeah, FNAF too.
We'll see, now we're going to be looked at as like ripping off of her now that we ever implement that. Because YouTube.
That was more of a joke. So, calm down.
No, we're gonna
do it on purpose.
We're gonna have to do it, and now we're gonna have to
because we promised.
We're gonna have to do it. Then we're gonna have to cause the controversy, and then we're gonna have to boost our views because now we're gonna become this sellout channel that thrives off of controversy, and then we're gonna propel ourselves that
How
way.
the fuck did we get that far?
Just
I thought
as planned.
Oh my god.
No, I'm just kidding.
As far as we're going to go into controversy is making fun of Mormonism and maybe talking about sensitive topics. But, you know, we could always just go in the direction of, fuck, what's his name? The guy who lied about the Twitch guy being a rapist.
Oh, Star,
whatever his name is. Starkeem or whatever. Something Keem.
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Anyways, I'll put it right. No, actually, I'm not going to. You guys don't need to beat him.
Please don't.
I'm not gonna. Anyway.
Let's not open that can of worms on our channel.
Don't. That's horrible. Anyways, yeah, we'll definitely be like him and randomly accuse people of being rapists and pedophiles when they're not.
Let's not. Please.
No.
Let's not even.
Oh, you know what we need right here? The Office meme. No. Fuck. God, please no.
Yes, he definitely said fuck, but
no, I think he did.
He said no, God, please no.
Oh, well.
Trust me, I know that meme.
Oh, okay, well,
It's one of
I
my
thought
favorites.
he said fuck. Maybe I just saw, like, a different variation.
There was probably somebody that intensified it, I'm pretty sure, on their meme.
Okay.
Anywho.
Back to our regular level of controversy that Mormons probably hate us for.
Maybe.
And slightly some Christians, because sometimes we poke fun at them, and they don't like it.
Yeah,
But it's not normally aimed at them. It's aimed at certain parts of the Bible that make no sense. That we're just like, what?
Itself, yes.
That confuses us. Okay. On to chapter 3. Let's listen to this stuff.
Chapter 3. Joseph in Egypt saw the Nephites in vision. He prophesied of Joseph Smith, the latter-day seer, of Moses, who would deliver Israel.
I know I usually don't comment in the middle of her talking, but I feel like this is going to be a controversial chapter because it literally just said that Joseph in Egypt, from the Bible, saw a vision of the Nephites and also prophesies about Joseph Smith.
Well,
I'm pretty sure
he just...
this chapter is going to be fucking delightful.
Well, yes, he just literally just reverse engineered the Bible, pretty much.
Oh my god.
Usually,
And
the Book of Mormon is making links to the Bible, but now they're trying to say there's a link from the Bible to the Book of Mormon.
They're like, this thing that happened that wasn't in the Bible because reasons. Or was in the Bible and they're trying to interpret it as being the name.
the coming forth of the Book of Mormon.
Joseph is even like, I'm gonna tell you about the Book of Mormon. Oh my god, this is already so bad.
Alright.
This is already so bad.
Let's do it.
And now I speak unto you, Joseph, my last-born. Thou wast born in the wilderness of mine afflictions. Yea, in the days of my greatest sorrow did thy mother bear thee. And may the Lord consecrate also unto thee this land, which is a most precious land, for thine inheritance and the inheritance of thy seed with thy brethren, for thy security forever, if it so be that ye shall keep the commandments of the Holy One of Israel. And now, Joseph, my last-born, whom I have brought out of the wilderness of mine afflictions, may the Lord bless thee forever, for thy seed shall not utterly be destroyed. For behold, thou art the fruit of my loins, and I am a descendant of Joseph, who was carried captive into Egypt. And great...
I think that's funny how he's like, your specific seed is not going to die out because you're my kid, but the rest of his kids
my entire tribe is going to die.
So funny.
Great were the covenants of the Lord which he made unto Joseph. Wherefore Joseph truly saw our day, and he obtained a promise of the Lord, that out of the fruit of his loins the Lord God would raise up a righteous branch unto the house of Israel, not the Messiah, but a branch which was to be broken off, nevertheless to be remembered in the covenants of the Lord, that the Messiah should be made manifest unto them in the latter days, in the spirit of power, unto the bringing of them out of darkness unto light, yea, out of hidden darkness, and out of captivity unto freedom.
So it sort of sounds like he may be taking a verse of something from that portion of the Bible and then extending it to say...
Extending it to interpret.
that is from that was the Nephites. Because it starts out sounding like something that Joseph had, like God had said to Joseph and whatnot. But then it kind of turns into... like extra,
Mormon. Yeah,
like extra,
with extra Mormon on the side.
For Joseph truly testified, saying, A seer shall the Lord my God raise up, who shall be a choice seer unto the fruit of my loins. Yea, Joseph truly said, Thus saith the Lord unto me, A choice seer will I raise up out of the fruit of thy loins, and he shall be esteemed highly among the fruit of thy loins. And unto him will I give commandment, that he shall do a work for the fruit of thy loins.
I'm sorry, this is really bad, but every time he says fruit of thy loins, I just think fruit of the loom. I just envision him wearing fruit of the loom, and he's directly talking about seeds that he keeps in his underwear.
That is weird.
I told you it was going to be weird.
Brethren, which shall be of great worth unto them, even to the bringing of them to the knowledge of the covenants which I have made with thy fathers. And I will give unto him a commandment, that he shall do none other work, save the work which I shall command him. And I will make him great in mine eyes, for he shall do my work.
Okay.
And he shall be great like unto Moses, whom I have said I would raise up unto you, to deliver my people, O house of Israel. And Moses will I raise up, to deliver thy people out of the land of Egypt. But a seer will I raise up out of the fruit of thy loins, and unto him will I give power to bring forth my word unto the seed of thy loins.
It's just... that's a lot to be saying, because remember, they preface... he prophesies of Joseph Smith, the latter-day seer of Moses. So basically, they're saying that Joseph Smith is like Moses tier.
Yeah.
He is Moses tier. Yeah. They are saying that Joseph Smith is pretty high and mighty.
And not to the bringing forth my word only, saith the Lord, but to the convincing them of my word, which shall have already gone forth among them. Wherefore the fruit of thy loins shall write, and the fruit of the loins of Judah shall write, and that which shall be written by the fruit of thy loins, and also that which shall be written by the fruit of the loins of Judah, shall grow together unto the confounding of false doctrines, and laying down of contentions, and establishing peace among the fruit of thy loins, and bringing them to the knowledge of their fathers in the latter days, and also to the knowledge of my covenant, saith the Lord. And out of weakness he shall be made strong in that day when my work shall commence among all my people, unto the restoring thee, O house of Israel, saith the Lord. And thus prophesied Joseph, saying, Behold, that seer will the Lord bless, and they that seek to destroy him shall be confounded. For this promise, which I have obtained of the Lord, of the fruit of my loins, shall be fulfilled. Behold, I am sure of the fulfilling.
Except for, I'm not going to destroy the ones that shot him or anything.
Exactly.
Because I'm pretty sure most of them didn't have to go to jail for that, I don't think. I think some of them might have. I'll look into it, but as far as I know, there's not a lot of information on that. Because he was kind of an enemy of half of the state. So, yeah, because there was literally a war between...
I would be surprised if there was, like...
the everybody who wasn't Mormon and then the Mormons.
I wouldn't be surprised if there were, like, light sentences, if any.
Yeah.
Of this promise. And his name shall be called after me, and it shall be after the name of his father. And he shall be like unto me, for the thing which the Lord shall bring forth by his hand, by the power of the Lord, shall bring my people unto salvation. Yea, thus prophesied Joseph, I am sure of this thing, even as I am sure of the promise of Moses. For the Lord hath said unto me, I will preserve thy seed forever. And the Lord hath said, I will raise up a Moses, and I will give power unto him in a rod, and I will give judgment unto him in writing. Yet I will not loose his tongue, that he shall speak much.
What? Since when does Joseph Smith have a rod? I never heard about this magic rod. Apparently Joseph Smith has a magic rod, guys.
I mean, I don't... He might be referring back to actual Moses.
No, he said that he will raise up a Moses. A Moses. They're referring to Joseph Smith then. Being a Moses.
It's probably just symbolic of his, like, just his influence and his, you know, his prophetic power.
Yeah.
So.
I also think it's funny that this is Joseph's seption. He's talking to Joseph about Joseph, who is prophesying about Joseph.
Yes. So Nephi's talking to Joseph about Joseph.
Well, no, Lehi. Lehi is talking to Joseph about Joseph.
Lehi is talking to Joseph about Joseph, who is prophesying about Joseph. Yeah.
Yes, it's Josephception.
For I will not make him mighty in speaking, but I will write unto him my law by the finger of mine own hand, and I will make a spokesman for him.
The Book of Mormon.
And the Lord said unto me also, I will raise up unto the fruit of thy loins, and I will make for him a spokesman. And behold, I will give unto him that he shall write the writing of the fruit of thy loins, unto the fruit of thy loins, and the spokesman of thy loins shall declare it.
Okay, other than how convoluted that freaking sentence was...
So much loins.
This brings up a good question, because he is saying that Joseph Smith is a direct descendant of Lehi. He is saying that Lehi. Of Lehi. So, good. No. God's speaking to Joseph. So it would be a direct descendant of Joseph. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I slightly got that confused, because they're talking about God talking to Joseph, because Joseph is prophesying God stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, they're not talking about Lehi. That would have been interesting, though, because then it would have been like, is Joseph Smith part Indian? Native American or whatever? But no, I just got that confused.
And the words which he shall write shall be the words which are expedient in my wisdom should go forth unto the fruit of thy loins. And it shall be as if the fruit of thy loins had cried unto them from the dust, for I know their faith. And they shall cry from the dust, yea, even repentance unto their brethren, even after many generations have gone by them. And it shall come to pass that their cry shall go even according to the simpleness of their words.
What?
Because of their faith, their words shall proceed forth out of my mouth unto their brethren who are of the fruit of thy loins. And the weakness of their words will I make strong in their faith, unto the remembering of my covenant which I made unto thy fathers. And now behold, my son Joseph, after this manner did my father of old prophesy. Wherefore, because of this covenant thou art blessed, for thy seed shall not be destroyed, for they shall hearken unto the words of the book. And there shall rise up one mighty among them, who shall do much good, both in word and in deed, being an instrument in the hands of God, with exceeding faith to work mighty wonders, and do that thing which is great in the sight of God, unto the bringing to pass much restoration unto the house of Israel, and unto the seed of thy brethren. And now, blessed art thou, Joseph. Behold, thou art little. Wherefore hearken unto the words of thy brother Nephi, and it shall be done unto thee even according to the words which I have spoken. Remember the words of thy dying father. Amen.
Oh yeah,
more
that's right.
of that, more of that I'm dying
More
shit.
of that death, yeah.
Guess what? I'm dying, guys!
I keep forgetting that this is such like a lengthy dying scene. And
he's just talking about
like,
him
hi,
dying.
Joseph.
Hi, Joseph, how are you? By the way, I'm dead, bye. I'm dying.
By the way, I'm dead. Your seed's gonna last forever, and you get to be the key to. Well, we know about this prophecy about the other Joseph bringing forth the Joseph. That's going to be the Joseph.
I don't know. It's so convoluted. But yeah, okay. See how long the next one is real quick. The loady load.
It looks long.
Yeah, it's 34 chapters. Or, well...
There's 33
verses. Totaling 7 minutes.
Chapter 4.
Or, well, 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Lehi.
Yes, no? Probably no. It's a lot. And then we'll have commentary on top of that.
Yeah, we'll do it later.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess I'll kind of go over... Joseph Smith is pretty much, in the eyes of the church, of course a martyr, because they saw his death as this great prophet who's gonna die. They shot him for no reason.
Die for what he believed in,
yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Yeah, they see him like that for several reasons. He was also tarred and feathered. I can't remember the actual reason. I'll probably look it up. But he was tarred and feathered, and so, Mormons see that as, they couldn't accept the word of God and they wanted him to stop, so,
yeah.
They were trying to snuff out God's mouthpiece. But Joseph Smith has been known to basically elevate himself like a god, and in some sects of the Mormon religion, not all of them, and I don't believe this is like the main one, but Joseph Smith is pretty much kind of viewed as a god, because some sects of the religion believe that on Judgment Day, you're going to be judged by Jesus Christ, God, and Joseph Smith. Like, they're all just gonna hold a trial on everybody individually, and Joseph Smith is up there with God and Jesus, because he just the number one prophet. He is the prophet.
Well, if it's the true religion, then him being the pioneer for the latter days.
I would. There are so many other prophets that came before him that I would feel would be more worthy than he was, who have led larger
with our
groups
minds
of people.
Yeah, I was gonna say I guess he's kind of like I said, since he's like the pioneer, since he's kind of like the since he's like
he established the religion after it died out, so to speak.
Yeah, like I said, since he's the latter day pioneer, he's the guy that got the ball rolling before what is viewed to be like the last days. So
yeah,
I'm guessing that's why he's viewed as being so important, because he's kind of like symbolically the last shot we got, I guess.
I guess,
he's the last major prophet. Yeah,
because that's why the church is called the Latter-day Saints, because they literally believe that this is pretty much like the last stretch, the last days, and that this is all we got left, guys.
Yep.
Better get your shit together. Get ready for the 1,000 years of apocalyptic bullshit before God comes and just saves all the good people.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, because
pulls all the good and decent people out to sort them out to what degree of good places they're gonna go, while the bad people are left behind to live on a disastrous planet until it eventually dies out. Well, I guess in the sense
that's not how Mormons view it.
I was gonna say, well, that's more the Christian sense, because all that happens, and then they prophesy
all the sinners burn
after X amount of years. Well, there's the whole mark of the beast thing, and then
but in the Mormon religion that comes first.
Right.
Yeah. They have the what is it? I can't remember exactly what they call it, but there's 1,000 years of just wars and disaster and just literally just the bad stuff. And that's why Mormons are so heavy on food storage, on stocking things up and food storage, because for them the mark of the beast is going to be if you don't have the mark of the beast, you're not going to be able to buy food or go anywhere, you know, because it's like a form of identification. And so you just need to stock up and stay hidden and just be ready for all these horrible disasters that are going to happen. And then just wait it out until God comes. Yeah, I think it's 1,000 years. I'll look it up. It's like 100 to 1,000 years. Some larger number.
That's a huge range.
I know it is, but it's like it's some large number is what I'm saying. So it's a lot of years, which kind of makes me giggle. Like, I'm gonna have to double research that and look into it because I might be wrong. Because now that I'm thinking about it, my mom thinks she's gonna be what she calls twinked, which is just insta resurrection. And so if that's gonna happen, that would have to be really soon. So maybe it's like they get resurrected and then everybody else has to wait it out. Like certain people get chosen and then everybody else has to wait it out.
Yeah, she might get the red carpet treatment for when God comes, essentially.
Yeah. So I'll research that and slap that on here. But yeah, that's why they're so big into food storage. Like, they hammer that in. But that's a good thing, honestly, because even if you don't really believe in their, you know, what they believe in, food storage is still a good idea.
Yeah, famine happens, drought still happens.
Disasters, all that kind of stuff. So I've always thought that's a pretty good thing that they're big on is food storage. They have whole facilities for food storage, like where you can go and pick up canned goods. So I think it's really good that they're big on that. That's one thing that Mormons do really good. Yeah. Is storing food.
If a huge natural disaster happens, then they're gonna they would have to fall back on somebody. But of course, there'll probably be the whole religious catch that comes with it, I guess.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't think Mormons would be like that because Mormons themselves, as people, are usually very nice and will help people charitable. Outside of their religion. Mm-hmm. You know, so if your neighbor's not Mormon and some shit happens and they're like, hey,
I guess it falls
and then if you have the food, like if you have the extra food to feed them and your family, then yeah.
Yeah, I guess that falls within the teachings, so.
Yeah, like, even my aunt and I agree that Mormons in general are very kind people. They may have some weird-ass beliefs, and their main book may be fucked up. They're generally nice, and I think it's also just because the church constantly changes what their beliefs are, which is funny because if you sit down and you read the Book of Mormon, it's like some of it is in stark contrast to how they do things now.
Oh yeah, but that's because, you know, whoever is the direct serves as the direct line to God, you know, says that, you know,
God changed his mind.
Yeah, God
well, not really changed his mind, but God has decided that we're going to do this because it's more appropriate now. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when really what it is their PR office is like, dude, we are doing horrible with this minority or this group of people. We needed to at least do something to gain a little bit of approval. Because they're not outright that religion who's like, let's completely accept gay people and everybody will love us, you know. Because the way they do it is, if you're gay but you're not practicing, then you can be part of the church. You can be openly gay, whatever, as long as you are not actually practicing it or, you know, hitting on people or whatever. Basically, you have to be celibate. You have to be celibate, or you have to be going through some form of therapy to cure your mental disorder, because Mormons do believe
to cure the gay
that gays are they don't think they're evil or they're of sin. They just think that they have a mental issue and it's out of their control and they just need proper help. Now, I'm not going to say that there aren't some individual churches who are fucked up, because there has been several stories of churches, like individual churches, not like the main sect, but churches within the main sect that will set up like a therapy, so to speak, and younger people, teenagers, will be sent to pretty much be reprogrammed, so to speak, and be treated horribly to have them, reprogrammed to be straight or whatever. Yeah. But the main part of the church is more into, going to therapists, licensed therapists who, believe that there is something wrong with you mentally and trying to fix you. So either you have to be doing that or you have to just be straight out celibate. Now, if you decide to get married or to have a relationship with the same sex, you are pretty much banned from the church for evers and evers, even if you get a divorce and you try to be straight or whatever. You fucked up. You are gone.
Yeah, essentially.
And what most people are angry about that is because that's a normal thing for most churches. Is you're gay, you can't be here, whatever. What people are mostly angry at is if you have children. Your children cannot come to church at all or have anything to do with their church until they become an adult. And then they have to literally disown you as their parents and recognize that what you're doing is a sin and have zero contact with you if they want to be in the church. So they either literally have to choose the church or their family.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's what people are fucked up about, because it's like, it's one thing for you to not approve gays. That's a religion thing, whatever. But when you're literally telling their people's family that if you want to be part of our religion, you can't have shit to do with them, even if they're the people who raised you and you love them and you care about them and they love and care about you. If you want to go to heaven, you have to literally cut off all your ties with them. So yeah. Mormonism,
that's always been
kinda, yeah, they still don't try to get 100% approval rate, just enough to, keep their numbers up.
The concept of their family has always been one of their biggest bargaining chips.
It has, because they are big on the family. They're just big on the proper family. What they deem to be the proper family.
Oh, yeah. So, but
we'll probably take an episode to read and go over that. Maybe within the next couple episodes we'll do that.
Yeah.
The proclamation to the world, as it's called, and it's basically the Mormons' take on what the family should be, which I think is pretty nice overall when you look at it. Some of it's kind of like, eh.
Yeah, some of it doesn't really jive with current
stuff,
culture, and sometimes even economic stuff. But they've become very flexible with more of the economical stuff. So
yeah, they're not opposed to women having jobs or anything like that, but they are more of the stance that you should only do it if you have to, because women are the caretakers. And in the religion, they actually see that as a big deal. For them, women are a big deal.
Well,
I do want to say, But yeah. So we'll do a video on that. Anyways, okay, that was chapter 4 and just some random bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, chapter 3.
Chapter 3.
And some random bullshit because we just did not have enough time for chapter 4.
We didn't discuss too much on chapter 3 too, so
yeah.
But you
learn a little bit about Mormonism every time we talk about it, so it's whatever. Yeah. I can't wait to get BJ on the show though, because his brain will be fresh from the Mormon factory. He's not Mormon, but when he turns 18 and we get him over here, he will be much more, his brain will be much more, like, it'll be newer for him. He'll be more in the whatever.
The only thing I fear is that his lack of interest might determine
I think he'll be interested in being on the show, though.
No, not the show, but in
Mormonism,
Mormonism in general, because he's kind of at that stage where he kind of hates it right now.
Yeah, but he's like me. He likes to laugh at things, so he'll pay attention so he can giggle about them.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm not opposed to having him on the show at all.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah. Even if we don't talk about Mormonism, he's gonna be on the show because he's my adorable little brother. So okay. Anyways. Right, socials of the everything, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that gorgeous stuff. If you have ideas for us, throw it out there. It doesn't have to be religious or Mormon related. We are definitely trying to expand This is just what we're starting with.
Comments, discussion. If there's anything severely and anything major in terms of interpretation that we miss, we encourage discussion. We encourage constructive criticisms. We discourage attacks and
but we like open conversation. Definitely always ask questions.
Because we're only two people covering this book, so if we miss something that's important, if there's a contradiction that was pretty major that you think we get a kick out of, especially if you have this
or like your point of view.
Just
give us your point of view. Also, we just want to foster and support a community of open conversation and questions. If you have a question, definitely ask. And if there's a question you want to answer it constructively, but answer it. Definitely, we want people to be able to ask questions and answer questions and just have a very open type of conversation, because a lot of YouTube channels, even when they discuss this kind of stuff, it's usually like just a one-hit type, or it turns into something really bad. And it doesn't even have to be about Mormonism. If you have a question and you think the community can answer it,
let us know.
Do it. And there is no such thing. Okay, I'm not going to say there's no such thing as a stupid question, but if it's a question you're literally very interested in and you want to know about it, ask. Even if you feel it's stupid,
ask anyway.
Ask anyways. Because we want an open environment. So ask the questions, answer the questions.
And we certainly
conversations.
We certainly hope that other people will encourage the same thing.
Right.
They're not going to belittle other people for the questions or comments that they have. So
right, because how do we expect everyone to know everything if they don't ask?
Exactly.
So you may know something because you heard it or you learned it, but someone else may have not had the same experience as you, so they may not know the same thing. Yep. So that's how we view it. That's why we're not like, oh my god, this person asked who the fuck this person is, and they have no idea. This
character with this name that's similar to this name, he should understand it by now because it's chapter 4.
Yeah, or just generally anything. It's all about life experiences. So, alright guys. So, the Patreons help us make better videos and different types of videos as well, that we can fit into our budget. And if our budget gets bigger, we can fit more in there. So,
Exactly.
That way, maybe someday we can go to VidCon. Maybe. Someday.
That would be interesting.
I said VidCon, not like actual, YouTuber conventions.
Goals.
Hashtag goals. Okay. Alright, guys. So, social medias, Patreon, all that beautiful stuff. And we will see you next time. Bye.
See you.